Hi and welcome back to my channel. This video is the second part to the last video, which looked into what was discussed in a particular paragraph in a book about Richard Feynman's life. We explored the different types of rock that exist on Earth, what they are made from, and the conditions that are needed for them to form. This video will address the final few questions from the passage. Is the sand tiny rocks? What is sand made from? Are there different types of sand? Sand is made up from rocks that have broken down over thousands or millions of years from erosion or weathering. It comes from many different locations, sources, and environments. Rocks travel slowly down sources of water, such as rivers and streams, usually starting very far from the ocean and breaking down along the way. When they get to the ocean, the waves and tides erode them further. Sand is defined by its size, being finer than gravel and having larger granules than silt. Local rock sources and conditions affect what sand is made up of. The most common ingredients of sand are silicon, usually in the form of quartz, and calcium carbonate like aragonite, which has been mainly created over the last 500 million years by life forms such as coral and shellfish. Rachel Carson, an American marine biologist who advanced the global environmental movement, wrote, "In every curving beach, in every grain of sand, there is a story of the earth." Okay, so now that we have briefly discussed sand, we can move on to the next question from Feynman's passage. Is the moon a great rock? Okay, so what is the moon? The moon is an astronomical body orbiting the Earth. The giant collision theory is the most popular theory to explain how the moon formed. The theory states that the moon formed from a collision between the early Earth and a rocky body called Theia. However, the details of the theory are blurry and there are some observations that scientists are finding it difficult to explain. The Earth and the Moon are found to be nearly identical in composition. The events that led to the formation of the Moon have been simulated using computer models, which suggest that 80% of the Moon's composition should be coming from Theia. So how do we account for the fact that the Moon has such a similar composition to the Earth? A recent study was conducted that looked at the distribution of isotopes of oxygen in rocks from the Moon, which shows a small difference between the Earth and the Moon, so their isotopes are not identical. So in summary, we have looked at the origins of sand and what it is made up of, as well as looked at the most popular theory for the formation of the Moon, where we have shed some light on the issue that apparently the Earth and the Moon do not have the same composition, because the oxygen isotopes are different according to the findings by a recent paper. Please stay tuned for more science videos.